Hey everybody, ronarray here, and my Monk progressed to tier 15 plus waystones without any issue, and I'm currently farming the endgame. So I wanted to do a proper update for my Nuke wave and one button build together, merging them to showcase the better endgame experience. In this video, I'm going to cover how you can battle the stuns, how you can battle the freeze, and how you can just make your damage and survivability better. Let's go. So first off, let's start with the elephant in the room. I swapped to Chaos Inoculation, and right now I have only one life and about 4.5k of energy shield. It's going to help significantly against chaos damage and will boost our survivability in the endgame. But it will bring a few issues because after the patch, it's been changed and how your shield is working, especially with stuns and freezes, it's pretty important to understand. So first off, what is CI? CI is pretty much right here, it's Chaos Inoculation, it will make you immune to chaos and your maximum life will become only 1. It's not a big issue for us, because we are going to mostly stack energy shield from now on. Moving forward, we will need to take a few additional notes, and first off, it's the stuns. When your maximum life is 1, you're going to get a stun threshold based on only 1 life, and it's going to lead to a constant stuns by enemies, so everything is going to stun you. It's not really nice, and we will need to take a few ways to battle it. Before that, we've been mostly using cool jewels like that, gain additional stun threshold equal to 10% of maximum energy shield. But right now, we just cannot use it anymore on itself, because we'll be unable to stack enough jewels to get stun threshold high enough so we can actually ignore all the stuns. And that's pretty sad for me, but we will need to address the issue a little differently. So to avoid stuns, I heavily recommend to pass up here and take at least self-mortification. It will give us additional gains, additional stun threshold equal to 20% of maximum energy shield. And the next step, you're also taking asceticism too, because that way you will have even higher stun threshold, because it will be 30% of energy shield instead of life. Both those nodes helping significantly. However, if you feel like your energy shield is high enough, you can pretty much drop asceticism and just keep self-mortification. But for now, I'm spending all those points to make sure I'm not getting stunned constantly. I'm also still rolling all the jewels with the same setup, so critical bonus, maximum energy shield, and gain additional stun threshold equal to 10% of maximum energy shield. I currently have only 2 side jewels, so one is here and one is here, because the last jewel comes for the rage. And right now I would say 2 jewels are pretty much helping me pretty good, and I still recommend to roll that stat. If you will get both 2 jewels and self-mortification and asceticism, you will not get stunned. And we can go to the next problem, it's constant freezes, because everything will freeze you in that game. Currently, freezing you is significantly easier. Before that, I've been using Charm to battle it, which grants immunity to freeze, but I really feel like right now it's not enough, and some enemies can just constantly freeze you with the chain freezes, and Charm is not going to save you. In that case, there's only one way how we can counter it. We have Icebreaker option right here. It gives 50% of maximum energy shield as additional freeze threshold. That's absolutely huge, because we have about almost 5k of energy shield, and it's going to give us 2.5k of freeze threshold, and it will just stop monsters from freezing us. There's also cool bonuses here, like 10% of freeze threshold, more 10 again, so that's about 30% of additional threshold too. All of that making us not completely immune, but very well protected against freeze. I can understand that spending 4 points for that feels a little sad, but we don't have a lot of options by picking that right now, so I genuinely recommend to take it. Another important question is how we are regenerating our energy shield, because for regeneration we are going to use Eternal Youth. Eternal Youth gives us life recovery from flask applies to energy shield instead, and that's a pretty huge bonus. That way you will be able to constantly click your flask without a lot of issues, and it's going to help you recover it. However, there's also additional things to recover the shield with, and currently that's a Ghost Dance. While active, it will give us one Ghost Shroud, and when hit, it will consume a Ghost Shroud to recover energy shield equal to 5% of your evasion. You can have up to 4 maximum Ghost Shrouds, and you will receive them every 3 seconds. That's pretty nice because when all 4 is consumed, you will recover energy shield 4 times every time 5% of your evasion. And it leads us to another important question. If I'm only wearing energy shield items, how I have evasion? So that's pretty important, and we are going to use Subterfuge Mask for it. So currently, passing to Subterfuge Mask is not really nice. It's really far and there's not a lot of good nodes on the way. The only good node is Blinding Strike. So taking Subterfuge, in my opinion, is heavily recommended. To use that Subterfuge Mask, we will practically need to anoint that on our amulet. You can use oil for that. You will need Distilled Emotions, Ire, Suffering and Paranoia, and using 3 of them in the correct order on your amulet will give you Subterfuge Mask. Subterfuge Mask will give us 2 evasion rating per 1 maximum energy shield on equipped helmet, and you need to aim for the helmet with a pretty huge energy shield. Perfectly, it should be at least 300, but going up to 500 could be a nice bonus. So it gives me 46% of evasion without a single evasion item. And that feels absolutely great, and it's going to improve both your survivability and how you're countering stuns, freezes, and all the damage in the game. Another important part right here that I heavily recommend to take all small nodes for energy shield and evasion rating. So I'm taking all here, I'm taking Mindful Awareness, I'm taking evasion and energy shield right here, and I'm taking all the small nodes right here as well. That's pretty important because it's going to boost both your energy shield and your evasion at the same time. Talking about the rest of the tree is pretty much the same. So we are going to the left, we are taking Critical Exploit, we are taking both Self-Mortification, Asceticism, we are also taking Alternating Current and Moment of Truth for crits. I think after a few more levels I will probably pass to Echoing Thunder to improve damage a little. And we're going down here and taking Heart Stopping, Heart Breaking and Stuck Through. Another important question a lot of people asking, why I'm not taking Coming Calamity. Right now Coming Calamity is pretty good because we're doing a lot of lightning damage and we're still using the Herald. However, passing here could be questionable because you can also get Echoing Thunder for a little more damage. So when you're choosing between them, just look at your stats. If you practically need those 2 points to improve your stats, you need to take them and then go for Coming Calamity. If you don't really need those 2 points, you can just go for Echoing Thunder right here. So that's pretty much the whole setup in the tree. We're also going up for Chaos Inoculation, and since we are here, I'm already taking the Jewel Socket because it's pretty nice. I also have a very good Jewel on there. Using Careful Assassin, for example, feeling pretty good too, and I recommend to do it in the most cases. I'm still keeping Tenfold Attacks and Heartbreaking because both of those nodes provide 10 STR, and it's going to help us significantly because we will need to have a proper STR to use our abilities. Now let's talk about our abilities and what we're going to do. So generally I'm still playing 1-button build, but there's like a thing that we're going to add it a little later on. So currently I'm running Herald of Thunder, for that with Innervate and Deadly Herald. I'm also, for the Stormwave itself, I'm running Martial Tempo, Upheaval, Primal Armament and Lightning Fusion. As a Herald, I'm using Herald of Ash together with Magnified Effect and Precision. Herald of Ash only level 4, so it requires a very low STR, only 25 of that. I recommend you to buy level 4 Spirit Gem and get Herald of Ash at very low level. It's probably going to feel significantly better, and the difference in overkill damage is not that high. I'm also using Blink to be mobile and move through the arena, together with Ingenuity and Arcane Tempo. Ghost Dance I already explained, it's here to generate some energy shield and help us sustain. And here comes the rest of the setup. It's Tempest Flurry, Tempest Bell and Custom Shock. That we are going to use for very hard bosses and we're fighting pinnacles. So we're fighting pinnacles, we're not playing 1-button build anymore, we're going to add Tempest Flurry and we're going to add Tempest Bell. And activate Custom Shock. To do all of that, we're offing our Blink, and we can pretty much activate Custom Shock just fine at that moment. We're also going to use the Bell together with Close Combat and Concentrated Effect. Last support could be different, it could be leverage, it could be overabundance if you're fine with clicking it. So, for example, Heavy Swing is going to work there just fine together with Concentrated Effect and Close Combat. For Tempest Flurry, we're going to use Practice Combo, and other two are open, because we will need to take them from the Storm Wave. So when we're fighting boss, we're moving Martial Tempo, together with Primal Armament. For Tempest Flurry, the first support is Practice Combo, because it's going to help you significantly to get combos for your Tempest Bell. So that way you should just attack, use your bell, and that's pretty much it. Cast on Shock here to help you out with freezing enemies, with dealing damage. And we have a Comet, Inspiration and Impetus there just for that purpose. After you finish fighting that Pinnacle boss, just move the supports back and keep running Storm Wave as a main part of your build. So you will be just fine with only one button. I've been also able to kill a few Pinnacles with just a Storm Wave too, so if you have a pretty good weapon, it's an option for you. Moving forward for the abilities, I'm going to cover them in the next video too, when I will test a few more of them. Now, let's talk about our items. For the weapon, I just recommend to go with elemental damage with attack runes, soul cores, but you can also use a physical damage if you have a pretty high physical damage on the weapon. As a weapon itself, you can get some critical bonuses together with higher PDPS and perfectly elemental damage with attacks. I recommend at least 70%. Getting additional crit there helps a lot together with attack speed, and if you can get plus to all melee skills, it's going to help you significantly. When we are talking about our helmet, we just need a lot of energy shield, and if you can get some STR or rarity, it's going to be great. So we have a pretty nice helmet right here. For the boots, we just aim for movement speed, and if you can get some resistances on it, together with higher energy shield, it will be just perfect. I'm also using a very good belt with a lot of mana and a lot of resistances too, but the very important bonus here, it's 20% of flask recovery applied instantly. It's really working great. For the gloves, you should just aim for attack speed, level of all melee skills, and if you can get lightning damage to attacks on top of it, it will be just perfect. Energy shield is not playing a huge role here, because you're not going to invest into that too heavily, but if you can get higher number, it will be nice. For the rings, I'm just aiming for resistances, mostly a little intelligence, and if you can get lightning damage or physical damage to attacks, it's going to be good. And for the amulet, you will need to aim for critical hit chance and critical damage bonus perfectly, stacking it together with maximum mana, and if you will be able to get like maximum energy shield on top, it will be pretty good. For the body armor, we just aim for as high energy shield as possible without a single sidestep, so just get the best one that you currently can use. That's pretty much it about the items, and you should have approximately at least 3k energy shield to play CI comfortably, but I recommend to push to 4k as fast as possible, and I will probably go even beyond that myself. So that's the current state of the build. I'm also going to do a few updates for proper endgame, and we'll test a few things both on standard and in the league, because I'm currently playing it. So stay tuned for more updates guys, check out the written guides, and thank you very much for watching. ronarray out.